We're continuing division debates in the NFC East, and this time it's the New York Giants, a team I'm very excited about. One of my best friends is a Giants fan, and just like him, I'm very hyped up about what the Giants are doing. Okay, in 2022, they had a 9-7-1 record. So you asked me, did they get better or worse this offseason? Well, to me, the Giants got much better this offseason. They barely lost anybody, or at least anybody of note. But of the people they lost, they're only really going to miss one or two of those guys. Okay. So you look at what did they do this offseason? Daniel Jones signed his extension. Saquon Barkley signed a 1-year deal after not signing the franchise tag, but we're not here for that. Saquon Barkley is playing for the Giants this year. Okay. All their wide receivers are back, but they're always injured, right? So they had to add some guys. So they went out, they got Paris Campbell, who finally had an injury-free season for the most part in 2022 with the Colts. And they expect him, and from what I'm seeing in training camp videos, looks like he's probably going to be a pretty big part of this offense for the Giants in 2023. But then they also went out and drafted Jalen Hyatt in the 3rd round, and he's looking like he's going to be an absolute star in the NFL. He was clocked at 24 miles an hour, which is absolutely bonkers, dude. Being faster than Tyreek Hill is ridiculous. So I honestly, I expect a lot from the rookie for the Giants, okay? But then you look at other pass catchers they got besides Paris Campbell and Jalen Hyatt, and they also traded for Darren Waller this offseason. Now, he's also had his own injury issues over the last few seasons, but having him makes him much more dynamic on offense. Having all three of these guys makes him much more dynamic on offense, and I think they're going to be one of the best offenses in the NFL all year if they can get some of these guys to stay healthy. That's really the big thing, is getting the Giants offense to stay healthy for one season. Just one, okay? Because then you look over at the defense, and the defense got better and better as the year went on in 2022 in Wink Martindale's first season as the defensive coordinator. So going into this year, they were already expected to be better because of the young talent that they're developing, but they added a lot of talent to that unit. Okay. Bobby Okereke, coming from the Colts, is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Doesn't get talked about a lot because Shaq Leonard was there with the Colts, so a lot of people talk about him. But Bobby Okereke is extremely good, and the Bears were about to sign Bobby Okereke. Like, it got announced that he was going to be signing with the Bears. The next thing you know, he's signing with the Giants. So that was a great job to go and get a guy that they wanted to have. And I think that's going to be a great pickup for them. It's going to be like an immediate impact sort of thing. So Giants fans really should be excited about that defensive signing right there, right? But then you look past that. They went and got Raheem Nunez-Roches from the Bucks, and then A'Shawn Robinson, and they add these guys to a defensive front that, again, is young, upcoming. They have some veterans on that defensive front too, and it's just they have so much talent to go and get the quarterback. But now these guys, I think the reason these guys are more important is because they can stop the run. These guys are good in the run game. If there's one place that this defense needed to get better, it was going to be in the run game, right? And the last defensive note that I have here is that they drafted Deonte Banks with the 24th overall pick in the 2023 draft, and he's going to play opposite Adoree Jackson, who's still very good in his own right. And Deonte Banks is somebody that I expect to be very good, okay? I'm not sitting here looking at what other people are saying and telling you that he's going to be good. I'm telling you, I've looked at the tape, okay? I wanted the Colts so badly to draft him in the 2nd round. We ended up getting Juju Brents in the 2nd round from Northwestern, but I really was hoping Deonte Banks would somehow make it to the 2nd round. He did not, and he got drafted by the Giants. And I think Giants fans should be thrilled with that, okay? Because his physical profile is prototypical of the great ones, and his skill is worthy of the 1st round pick. Okay, so with all that covered, we got through what they did on the roster to get better this offseason. So let's skim through some of the games that could be important ones this season. We're going to start with week 1 at home against the Cowboys. And starting the season with a division game is tough. I don't like that the NFL keeps doing this, but it is what it is, right? And the Cowboys are a probable playoff team, so winning this game would be a huge step in the right direction. And honestly, I have the Giants winning this game. I think the Giants, again, very good football team. I think they're going to be able to compete with anybody in the league, including the Cowboys, and they get the week 1 win. Okay, then you fast forward a little bit up to week 5 and 6, where I have the Giants going into week 5, 3-1. Okay, and in week 5, they play the Dolphins. Week 6 is the Bills. These are 2 big games against 2 strong AFC East teams right before the Giants get into the middle of the schedule, right? They're just starting to get their footing and figure out what they're going to be, trying to get into the prime of the season. And their performance in these games should show us just how real a contenders the Giants are going to be in 2023. Now, I do have the Giants losing both of these games, and they're both on the road. Okay, so that doesn't make it any easier. But I do have the Giants losing both these games, but I think they're not only are they both going to be entertaining, but I think the Giants are going to be very competitive. I don't think they're going to be blowouts or anything. But again, their performance in these games is going to show us what they're about. And I think their performance in these games is going to be worthy enough of a team that you could see competing maybe for a Super Bowl. It might be, dark horse odds kinds of things. I really think the Giants could compete with just about anybody in the NFL this year. But after week 6, I have the Giants at 3-3. Okay, go ahead a couple weeks. We go to week 8 against the Jets, the Battle of New York. It's Aaron Rodgers versus Danny Dimes. It could be game of the week, honestly. Like I want to watch this football game. Aaron Rodgers versus Danny Dimes. This is just great football. Something I'm excited to watch. It's something that I have marked down as something I want to watch in week 8, and you should too. Okay, and at the end of the day, I have the Giants losing this game. Okay, so after week 8, I have the Giants sitting at 4-4. And then you look the rest of the way. There are games that they should win and that they need to win if they want to be able to control their own destiny. Okay, I have them losing both their games against the Eagles, and I have them losing to the Cowboys in week 10. So all those other games at the end of the season here are going to be vitally important, right? I've already told you, losing to the Dolphins, losing to the Bills, losing to the Jets. So when you lose those other 3 games, these other games against teams like the Raiders, the Commanders, the Patriots, the Packers, the Saints, the Rams, they're going to have to win these games. And at the end of the day, I do have them winning those games, and I have them finishing the season 10-7 and as the 7th seed in the NFC. Okay, and to be completely honest, they even have a little bit of wiggle room because the NFC being as weak as it is, I have the Rams being 8-9 as the 8th seed in the NFC. So there's a little bit of wiggle room here towards the end of the season. Again, I said vitally important to win those games. Yeah, when you're getting to the playoffs, it's going to be vitally important. But again, they have a little bit of wiggle room. So I'd like to know, what do you think of my assessment of the Giants? And what do you think the Giants are going to do this year? How do you think they're going to do? You let me know down in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, as we're going to continue to do division debates every single day leading up into the NFL season. So with that said, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you for the next video.